War is loud, cannons, gunfire, shouting. But in April 1862, something happened on the battlefield of Shiloh that was strangely quiet. After 2 days of brutal fighting during the American Civil War, the ground was soaked with mud, blood, and rain. Thousands of soldiers, Union and Confederate, lay wounded in the darkness, unable to move, unable to call for help. Night fell fast and temperatures dropped below freezing. Most expected they wouldn't live until morning. But as the medics moved among the injured, they noticed something impossible. Some of the soldiers' wounds were glowing. A soft, pale blue light, faint but unmistakable, shimmered from inside torn flesh. The dying men saw it too, describing it as eerie, cold, and strangely beautiful. Word spread quickly through the battlefield, and soon whispers began, "An angel is passing. Heaven is watching over us. The wounded are marked." The soldiers who had the glow were carried to makeshift tents, their bodies treated with extra care. Not because of medicine, but because the glow terrified and fascinated everyone who saw it. Then something even stranger happened. The men with glowing wounds had survived. Not all of them, but significantly more than the others. Their wounds were cleaner, healed faster, and showed less infection. The medics didn't know why. The battlefield didn't know why. Soon, the glowing wounds earned a haunting name, the Angel's Glow. For more than a century, no one had an explanation. Was it divine intervention, a trick of the light? Something supernatural moving through the darkness? But then in 2001, 139 years later, two curious teenagers uncovered an answer no historian expected. It wasn't an angel, it wasn't magic. It wasn't a miracle in the biblical sense, it was a parasite. Inside the wet Tennessee soil lived a rare bacterium called Photorhabdus luminescens, a microbe that glows blue in the dark and thrives in cold temperatures. When the wounded soldiers collapsed onto the freezing, rain-soaked ground, the conditions were perfect. The bacteria entered their wounds and began killing off other bacteria. It cleansed their injuries and prevented deadly infections, doing what 19th century medicine could not. The glow the soldiers saw was real. The healing was real. The survival rate spike was real. But here's the eerie part. The bacteria cannot survive inside the human body. Today's warmer climate in Tennessee makes battlefield-like conditions almost impossible, meaning the phenomenon that saved those soldiers may never happen again. So yes, science eventually found an explanation. But for the men lying in the mud in 1862, all they saw was a blue light guiding them through the darkness. And sometimes a miracle is still a miracle, even when we know the science behind it.